The human mind is a labyrinth, a complex network of thoughts and emotions. We as humans are driven by an insatiable curiosity to explore its depths, to uncover the secrets hidden within, and to understand what makes us tick, what drives our actions and emotions. Yet this quest for knowledge has a dark side, a shadow that looms over our pursuit of understanding. Some experiments designed to illuminate the human psyche have instead exposed its vulnerability, revealing the fragility of the human mind, leaving behind a trail of controversy and ethical debate that continues to this day. These experiments, etched in the annals of psychology, force us to confront the unsettling potential for harm in the name of scientific progress, challenging our moral compass. They serve as stark reminders of the responsibility we bear as we seek to unravel the mysteries of the human mind, urging us to tread carefully. These studies, often conducted with the best of intentions, have sparked outrage and debate, igniting passionate discussions about the ethics of scientific research. They have left many questioning the limits of scientific inquiry and its impact on the individuals involved, pushing us to reconsider our approach. These experiments, though ethically questionable by today's standards, have undeniably shaped our understanding of human behavior, providing valuable insights. They have also played a crucial role in shaping the strict ethical guidelines that govern modern psychological research, ensuring the protection of participants and the integrity of the science. Stanley Milgram, a social psychologist at Yale University, wanted to understand obedience to authority and the extent to which people would follow orders, even if it meant harming others. His experiment, conducted in the early 1960s, became infamous for its unsettling findings and the ethical questions it raised. Participants were told they were taking part in a learning experiment to study the effects of punishment on memory. They were instructed to administer electric shocks to another person, hidden from view, every time they answered a question incorrectly. The shocks weren't real, but the participants didn't know that. They heard cries of pain, pleas to stop, and eventually an eerie silence, making the situation even more distressing. Despite this, urged on by the experimenter, many continued to administer shocks, even when they believed they were inflicting lethal levels of pain. The participants' hesitation was often overcome by the authoritative presence of the experimenter, who insisted they continue. The Milgram experiment unveiled a chilling truth about human nature. Ordinary people under the influence of authority were capable of inflicting unimaginable suffering, revealing the dark potential within us all. In 1971, Philip Zimbardo, a professor at Stanford University, designed an experiment to explore the psychological effects of power dynamics. He transformed the basement of the university's psychology building into a mock prison. 24 male students were randomly assigned roles as either guards or prisoners. The experiment was supposed to last 2 weeks. It was halted after just 6 days. The guards, given uniforms and instructed to maintain order, became increasingly authoritarian and abusive. The prisoners, stripped of their identities and subjected to dehumanizing treatment, exhibited signs of extreme stress and emotional breakdown. The Stanford prison experiment demonstrated the terrifying speed with which ordinary individuals can succumb to the corrupting influence of power. John B. Watson, a pioneer of behaviorism, sought to demonstrate that fear could be learned. In 1920, he conducted an experiment on a 9-month-old infant known as Little Albert. The infant was exposed to a series of neutral stimuli, including a white rat, a rabbit, and a monkey. Initially, Albert showed no fear. Then, Watson paired the presentation of the white rat with a loud, clanging noise. After repeated pairings, Albert began to cry and show distress at the sight of the rat alone. The experiment, though crucial in understanding learned behavior, left a dark stain on the history of psychology. It raised serious ethical concerns about the infliction of psychological harm on a child. Section 5. The Monster Study. Scars on Young Minds. Wendell Johnson, a speech pathologist at the University of Iowa, conducted a stuttering experiment on 22 orphaned children in 1939. The children, 10 of whom had pre-existing stutters, were divided into two groups. One group received positive speech therapy, praising their fluency. The other group received negative speech therapy, being belittled for every speech imperfection. The results were devastating. The children who underwent negative therapy suffered psychological trauma. Some developed speech difficulties that persisted throughout their lives. The experiment, dubbed the Monster Study by horrified colleagues, was hidden from the public for decades. Its unethical treatment of vulnerable children remains a chilling example of scientific overreach. Section 6. The Aftermath, Ethical Codes and Lasting Impacts. These controversial experiments, though ethically reprehensible by today's standards, serve as stark reminders of the potential for harm in psychological research. The intense scrutiny and public outcry following these studies led to a complete overhaul of ethical guidelines. The American Psychological Association, or APA, established a code of ethics in 1953, which has been revised numerous times to address evolving ethical concerns. The code emphasizes the importance of informed consent, minimizing harm, and ensuring confidentiality. Researchers are now required to obtain approval from institutional review boards, known as IRBs, before conducting any research involving human subjects. IRBs carefully scrutinize research proposals to ensure they meet ethical guidelines. Section 7. A new era of research, balancing knowledge and compassion. The ethical transgressions of the past have paved the way for a more humane and responsible approach to psychological research. Today, researchers are acutely aware of the need to balance the pursuit of knowledge with the well-being of their subjects. The emphasis is on minimizing harm, obtaining informed consent, and ensuring confidentiality. Modern research methods often rely on less invasive techniques, such as brain imaging and computer simulations, to study the complexities of the human mind. Researchers are also exploring new frontiers in virtual reality and online platforms, which offer innovative ways to conduct experiments while maintaining ethical standards. Section 8. The ongoing debate: ethics in the age of advanced technology. Despite the progress made, the field of psychology continues to grapple with ethical dilemmas. Advances in technology, particularly in areas like artificial intelligence and big data analysis, present new challenges for researchers. The ability to collect and analyze vast amounts of data, often without individuals' explicit knowledge or consent, raises concerns about privacy and data security. The increasing use of social media platforms for research purposes also presents ethical challenges. Researchers must carefully consider the potential risks and benefits of studying individuals' online behavior, ensuring that their methods do not exploit vulnerabilities or infringe on privacy. Section 9. The Future of Understanding: Ethical Research for a Better Tomorrow. As we venture further into the uncharted territories of the human mind, the lessons learned from past mistakes serve as crucial guideposts. The controversial experiments of the 20th century stand as stark reminders of the potential for harm when ethical considerations are sidelined in the pursuit of knowledge. The future of psychological research hinges on our ability to uphold the highest ethical standards. By embracing transparency, accountability, and a steadfast commitment to the well-being of our subjects, we can ensure that the quest to understand the human mind remains a force for good in the world. Section 10. Conclusion: the enduring responsibility. The pursuit of knowledge is a noble endeavor, a quest that has driven humanity forward through the ages. But it is a journey that must be undertaken with caution, humility, and an unwavering commitment to ethical principles, ensuring that our advancements do not come at the cost of our moral integrity. The controversial experiments of the past serve as stark reminders of the potential for harm when we lose sight of our humanity in the pursuit of scientific progress. These historical missteps highlight the critical importance of maintaining ethical standards. As we continue to explore the vast and intricate landscape of the human mind, We must carry with us the lessons learned from these ethical missteps, ensuring that our research methods evolve to prioritize the well-being of participants. Only by embracing ethical research practices can we ensure that our quest for understanding leads us towards a future where knowledge is used not to exploit or control, but to empower, heal, and create a more just and compassionate world for all. This enduring responsibility is the cornerstone of true scientific progress.